This is the take two in case somebody's watching at a later time and couldn't join live. For whatever reason, the webcam would not show a picture, so I had to start a new stream. Hey, there we are. All right, Adam, thank you for finding me. Hey, thank you, U of M, Ted. Thank you for showing up tonight. I appreciate it. Hey, Jack. Hey, buddy. Thank you for stopping by and finding take two. I apologize, guys. You could hear me. I couldn't see anything that was going on other than the live chat and a big slash through my camera. So I apologize. I hope everybody's been doing well. I just realized it's been over a month since I've been on. Life, holidays, everything got in the way. I hope everybody had a safe and happy Thanksgiving, and finally finished off all the turkeys so you can get ready for take two. All right, Steve. All right, thank you. Yes. We say to get back with days. Hey, man, no problem. I saw that you sent me an email, Adam. I apologize. Since I got home, I've just been running around like a chicken with his proverbial head cut off, trying to get stuff set up because I relocated into the kitchen since I decided not to move the kitchen table into the house. What's in the box? Well, that's why we're here tonight, man. I don't know how much longer it's going to take for any of the other stuff I have ordered to arrive, but this is plenty right here, and this was the main one that I've been waiting on. But while I was waiting on this, Auto World had a sale just like I did on my website and on eBay, and I took advantage of that. And then I got a couple of other cars off eBay, and then the box down here is one of those used Tyco tracks that I have the cars of, but I didn't have the track, and now I got both. So once again, it's like I said, my whole goal is to complete the tracks and the cars that I already have, and that way I've got the whole set, and preferably buy it in the best condition possible. Oh yeah, no, Adam. Sorry about that. Like I said, I went to the post office and she goes, "Yeah, they rejected it at the center." She had, like I said, I left it there, and there was a note on my box telling me to go to the window. And when I went to the window, that's when they gave me the news. So that's when I emailed you back that night and told you what was going on. Now I've got the live feed going on my TV, but I have got it muted, so I can't hear if the camera's clicking like before. Am I too close to the camera? No, it's good. Cool. All right, thanks. Hey, Dan, thank you for showing back up. Sorry, buddy. I apologize. Like I said, me and technology. Okay, thanks, man. Hey, Dave, thank you for stopping by, buddy. I'm trying to recognize everybody that stops in because, like I said, it's been almost a month. My subscribers, I've actually crossed over the 400 subscribers threshold. So thank you to all of my OG subscribers, all the new ones that have joined in along the way, and is Dan and Steve and Chris and everybody else knows that's under 1,000 subscribers. Gale Force Raceway, formerly they call me the mayor. A lot of people have a lot of good channels out there, and we just need to try to support them and get everybody above 1,000. That would be awesome. I know I personally would appreciate it, and I know all they would too, obviously. Because like I said, we're just doing this for our fun and interacting. So we all appreciate everybody, and that's why we all say that every single time for stopping by. And we always tell everybody, please like, share, subscribe, is because it'd be kind of nice to be able to, like what my plan is, if I ever did become monetized, is to use the funds to give back to the viewers. So, if I got a car, we display it, race it, maybe put some tires, on it, and then give it away. But that's my goal. But, I still do that anyway, which brings me to my thing is I am going to have another giveaway once we get to 500. So we're less than 100 away from there. And then we will have our next halfway to 1,000 giveaway is what I'm going to call it, because that's obviously the goal. And then if you can go by and support Stockpile Hobbies, Dan at Slot Valley Racing, HO Buckeye Drag Racing, Gale Force Raceway, 164th HO Scale Racing, Mike's Garage. I mean, there's just Chris with Pro Tinker Toys on that live feed. Sometimes he joins in. He has a channel, and he's got a new track and layout. It's going really cool. So there's just a lot of people making some good stuff. And if we just all support them, the more we get that algorithm going in YouTube about slot cars, then it's going to start feeding it into the other places because I get to see where it's going. So, hey man, no, thank you guys for all you guys do to help support me. It's the least I can do is reciprocate and then keep pushing it out there. So, um, well, hey, I wanted to try to keep this. I know it's a Monday night. I know some people are probably wanting to watch football instead of listen to Scott ramble or see what he got, and they'll see it at a later date, and that's fine. If you aren't live, there's only 7 of us here tonight, but that's okay. And most of the people view these live feeds later. Please comment below after the live feed's over and interact with us. I've kept the live feed chat so you can view what we're talking about. And if you want to chime in below, if you hear something, know of something, know of another channel we all need to check out, please let us all know down below. And if you're new to the channel and you're just happening to catch in, because I did make it available to the general public, not just subscribers, please do the like, share, subscribe, and let your friends know. So we're going to start off tonight with one of the 2 eBay cars. And I don't know which one of the 2 it is. And it's been a while since I've ordered some eBay cars. So I couldn't even honestly tell you exactly, I know that sounds bad, which ones these are, because I have been waiting almost a month, just like the live feed thing. So we'll kind of be surprised together. It'll look familiar to me, but we're off to a great start. As we always know, I like to brag on people that do the packing. So we're off to a great start. Lots of bubble wrap right up my alley. Oh, okay, cool. So one of those future buys for the racetrack once I get moved again and then I'm able to race. Just another one of the Mega G Plus versions of the Flow car. Obviously, it's a runner. It's missing the wing. It's all bent up in some spots. It's missing the roll bar up here. I don't even know if the chassis runs. All I care about is mainly it looks more in shape than the last one that the buddy crashed up and the wings all glued. And every time it crashes one time, it flies off and it looks hideous. So try to keep them all at least looking semi like the cars are supposed to have. So this is just a backup body. No one actually bid on this thing on eBay. And if memory serves me correct, I got it for like 25 bucks, which is like basically the cost of a new chassis underneath. And this one's been ran, you can see. And it's obviously had a rough life if it's missing the roll bar and the wing and the way that's bent in the back. Yeah, it's coming out. And obviously I found my webcam, so that's why I'm able to see what you guys are kind of seeing, just a little bit behind. So I am on the computer. Paint it. Yeah, see, there you go. See, I thought about modifying it so that I'd have more than one runner, since I've got like 3 of these now for runners. And I was going to take some of your cues, and I'm going to try my oven cleaner trick to try to get rid of some of this Tampo and see if I can't leave it in there and see how long it takes to try to make it a body in white. But we'll see. That'll be a project. Great idea, Steve. You like the bit wing look? Yeah. It's got the TVV going on there. Yeah, you can kind of see. I'm guessing that's, honestly, guys, I told you some of those 2-packs, the wings. I've actually bought a bunch of those 2-packs, and some of those wings that are right here are already spread apart. So when you open the pack, the wing just falls off. It's only happened on a couple of them, but it does happen. This one just looks like it's straight up damage, is because I can see a crack down here. So, like I said, the rear wing I wasn't too worried about. It was the front one, and it was all in shape. And like I said, for 25 bucks, not a bad deal. But I like the idea of painting it, and we'll go through that journey together. So let me get this one out of the way, and then we'll go to the next eBay. They get a nice review on the packing. Car's exactly the way it was described. So winner, chicken dinner. The Super International set. Yes, that's exactly where that comes from, Dan. And I've got the one that I've got up in the case. It's in perfect condition, but obviously I don't want to race it. And so that's why I keep buying these others as racers. Because it's yellow for one, and it's easy to see for new people. As Dan can attest, and I'm sure that anybody can attest that has a fast racing track that has a lot of speed, the darker the car, the harder it is to see sometimes. And so that's where a lighter color car like this comes in real handy. because it may just be a white and yellow blur, but at least you can see that blur more than you can see a dark blue or a black or something like that. Okay, so here's something unique. This is let me see who this is from. No, not the same. I thought it was from the same vendor. Now this is how they packed it. They taped it to the bottom of the box. Interesting. It's wrapped in bubble wrap, but this is not like this is the second time I've gotten a car like this. It's the easy way to save money on weight, since the post office is jacking everybody on shipping right now. Let's get this out of here. Do any of you guys out there race any of these F1 or Indy style Mega G Plus or Mega G cars? He's packing for Amazon, right? That's a good one. Yeah, I can imagine that, Dan. And I watched your video on the being a set only car, and I really want to race that one. So yeah, I may end up having to do what you did and trying to see if a buddy wants to buy some track, because I really want to get that Mustang out there. I'm sure the only thing you're seeing is those white stripes or the silver stripes. And they did a really good job of wrapping this bad boy. That's why I've got it off camera, so I don't stab myself live. And try to get it out. Get this out of the way. All right. Well, I'm not much of a T-Jet racing guy, but I am a Mustang guy, as you all well know. And so when I saw this rendition of the Thunderjet Mustang, and once again, I think I got it for less than $30 shipped to my door, and it's brand new. And once again, if you missed my Batman video, the older Johnny Lightning cars, like the new Auto Worlds, have a clear plastic band around them. Well, back in the day, the Johnny Lightnings just did a twisty tie with their little package, protector down there. So that's how you can tell if they're brand new or not. And so this one was brand new. It was a Mustang. It'll look good on the shelf, and that's what it was for, a shelf queen. Because so far we've seen a runner and a shelf queen. And then, like I say, that's just a good looking car. I mean, they did the bodies right. And then, like I've been seeing on Stockpile Hobbies, if you do like those bodies, you can buy the upgraded chassis and make those cars haul ass and have a really good looking car with a modern chassis with that T-Jet body. And that's something I'm going to explore on my track, because I like a lot of these T-Jet bodies. And physically, they're a smaller body than the Magna Traction or the X-Traction, and then even smaller yet than a Mega G Plus. See how much bigger that is? So just a physically smaller car, which lends itself to weight. And those of you that race know that everything weight is horsepower, and horsepower to weight ratio is where it's at. So like I said, just a cool little Mustang. One of my winter chicken dinners. There's nothing really on the back about the car specifically. It's just telling you to handles like a real race car, and basically about the Johnny Lightning line. It's a 1970 Ford Mustang Mach 1. Like I said, classic, that burnt orange with the louver, with the wing on the back, the blacked out, and the scoop up front. So like I said, just a cool looking car if you're a Mustang guy. And even if you're not, it's still a good looking car. Oh man, no problem. Those are some great videos, man. I apologize to everybody that I don't comment on every single video, because sometimes it's just everything I can do to find the time to honestly just to watch the whole thing. And because I do watch a lot of YouTube videos, it sucks up a lot of my life, as I'm sure it does other people's. But then obviously with the other family issues and stuff going on, I was trying to get through as many videos as possible because honestly, that's where the algorithm is at, or is on views and likes. And so I may not always comment, but that doesn't mean I haven't watched. All right, winner, chicken dinner. So as many merchants and myself on Cyber Monday and over the holiday, the Black Friday and stuff, we had sales. And like any person, especially a collector like myself, the best time to buy anything is when it's on sale. And so that's what I did. And perusing through the Auto World store and their sale, I happened to come across they had a really, 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 really good sale on these two, what they're calling tribute cars, pro stock cars for their NHRA 4-gear pro stock drag racing sets. So I took advantage of that directly from Auto World. And this is everything that they included. So I'll just show you right there with me. So if you order directly from Auto World, it looks like you get a little sticker. This is a sticker of a vet, obviously. Doesn't say what year, but still pretty cool. Get a magnet calendar for 2023, which is pretty cool. I know where that's going. It's going right on my fridge. And then here's what I think is really cool. Check it out. Got the whole shooting shebang catalog for free. Didn't cost me anything extra. So I got the cars, a sticker, a magnet, the book, and obviously the receipt, and anything and everything about Auto World. So I know what I'm going to be reading tonight when I'm eating dinner and catching up on my Street Outlaws man drama show. Pretty cool stuff. Hey, Mike, thank you for stopping by, buddy. Hope you and Steph are doing well. Had a good holiday. Yeah, no, this is an awesome. Like I said, I just expected cars to be in the box, and I thought it was kind of heavy, and that's why is this magazine. So yeah, no, cool. So one thing I know, I always push Pro Tinker Toys, but these are some cars that are not even offered to their vendors. These are stuff that you can only buy, as to my knowledge, and if someone can correct me now or correct me later, let me know, is directly to or from Auto World and their Auto World store, either directly online or on eBay. I don't even need that. Cool. So in case you missed the sale, basically the way it worked out is they had the Dyno Don Nicholson Pro Stock Camaro tribute car, and then this is the other of the two, is the Bill Grumpy Jenkins Pro Stock tribute car. These are like $39 plus $8 shipping. And then obviously they'll combine shipping on an order, and they had added another $2 in for the shipping. But the sale that they had is these bad boys were on sale for 19 bucks a pop. So I got two of them for the price of this one. And obviously, I can hold on to one of them and sell it down the road. And when I get moved, these two are going to get opened up and they'll go in the case, but eventually they'll go down the track, because like I mentioned, all my 4-gear drag cars are going to be racing. So at some point in time, but at least they'll be out of the case. They'll be out of their plastic coffins, so to speak. And then eventually these are going to be sold out, guys. So if you are a collector, I would strongly suggest trying to invest in these, even if you have to pay the full $39 a pop for them. Obviously, you get some pretty cool stuff along with it. But even if you don't want to be a collector, these are just some cool ass looking cars just to have. And like anything with these 4-gear drag cars, they go up in value when the production run quits. So even if you play with it for a while, as long as you don't destroy it, a couple years down the road, you're probably going to be able to get your money right back out of it. So these are just some great looking cars. I'm going to try to hold them up and see what we can get without a glare. There's the Bill Grumpy Jenkins Camaro Tribute. And like I said, these are really cool looking cars. And here's the Dyno Don Nicholson. Good looking. Got the chrome wheels. And Dan, you know this already, but to those of you that don't, they actually have Goodyear on the tires. So No having to swap out. This one has MT, and in case you don't know, that stands for Mickey Thompson. And on these tires, it has Goodyear. So that's cool that they changed the tires from one car to the other. Nice little detail. I'm sure Dan's going to have a video on these cars soon, and better detail, because he'll actually get them out of the package and put them on his turntable. So be able. So to those of you who don't know, please check out Dan at Slot Valley Racing whenever he does put up this video. And we are going to be doing a cross-channel drag racing series starting sometime next year, whenever we all get our track set up and running. And that's going to be with Steve at Stockpile Hobbies, Dan, and myself, and Slot Valley Racing, and then HO Buckeye Drag Racing. So, like I said, a couple cool cars. Couldn't pass up the deal for $19 a pop, and then basically, getting 2 for 1 is the way that worked out. So, great little get, and Auto World really surprised me with the extra bonus stuff. So that's really cool too. I did not expect to get because you don't normally, if you want to, yeah, right there it says $10. You have to buy this catalog. Did you order any Goodyear 4-gear tires? No, I did not. On the ones that we're going to race, we're all going to have to upgrade the tires. I can just tell you right now, once those cars get faster, we're going to have to put stickier tires on them, and then, believe it or not, we're going to have to play with magnet strength. So it's going to be very interesting. So let's get into, well, tell you what, let's go to the one that most people haven't seen, or if you have seen it or owned it, then obviously I'd like the interaction. We're going to say what I consider the old best for last, and that's going to be the horsepower shootout. My darling, my Mustang that I've been waiting on. And Dan's already done a great job of showing it off and upgrading it with tires and wheels. I mean, it's just, great looking car. Check out his video on that instead of my still shots. So let's open up. This one is, like I mentioned, the Tyco stuff that I've been buying. Here, I'm trying to figure out what's the easiest. What I've been doing is, in case you've missed any of them, most of you haven't, but in case you're new to the channel or you're just stopping by to see what this live stream is all about, I have been buying older, used or new Tyco or Hot Wheels electric racing tracks. If I have the cars, and then that way I have the complete set, because a lot of these sets don't have the cars, and you can get them for a song and a prayer sometimes. And that just so happens to be what this one was. Not much money, considering how much it would cost you if you wanted to buy the track individually with everything. And if you haven't followed along, you know that I try to get it new or as close to new as possible. And that's what we've got here, as close to new as possible. So let's try to get in this ultra well taped box. I'm giving them kudos for that. There's no way it was going to catch an edge and open up accidentally. This is incredibly packed, taped up for that little bitty tag. Yep, sorry. Something, YouTube popped up something for me to watch, so let me get rid of it so I can see comments again. I read the catalog all the time. Yeah, no, I can tell that's going to be like an old days Christmas catalog, if those of you are old enough to remember when they actually printed those. And like I mentioned, I do have the last original. My grandmother saved it for me. It wasn't something that I did. The last Sears Christmas catalog. And so I have that one. And that's going to be kind of cool. One of these days, when I get moved, I'm going to break that thing out, and we're going to go straight to the slot car section and have a remember when. Good grief. Let's see what I can do to get in this thing. There we go. All right, cool. Cool. So if you can't read it, I'm going to get it out, and then I'm going to move the box that came in out of the way. And that's obviously the back side of it, showing you the track itself, but there's the set, the Daytona 500. And if you watched me during my packing videos, you know that Dodge Intrepid Cheerios number 43, the only way to buy that car is in this set. And they only made so many of these sets before that car changed manufacturers. The Cheerios did. So that car's kind of hard to get, and when you do see it, it brings some good money. Oh yeah, I thought so too. I was going to say, I think, yeah, it should be to where I can open it up, and I'm going to because I want to check out the inside. But, like I said, 25 feet of track. So basically, I paid $2 a foot per for the track to my door. So it cost me literally $50 with shipping to get this whole complete track here. And based on the pictures, it just looks like maybe used once or twice, if that. And somebody robbed the cars out of it or lost them or whatever. But let's see what we can see in here, because yeah, it only opens on this one side. That's what they all do. So let's take a look at the inners real quick, because just to make sure nothing got destroyed, and then we'll get to the horsepower shootout. I've been dying to see my Mustang live and in person since I've seen your video, Dan. Regrettably, I'm only going to be able to see mine through the plastic, though. I'm not until I get the other set in my hand. I'm not going to take it out, because I do have the other horsepower shootout that they came out with, and those cars are still sealed in their baggies. It gave me some hope, though, when you said that they were possibly going to be coming out with other colors. Well, I can almost guarantee they're going to come out with other colors, because you wouldn't make a mold or put that kind of money into a mold, in my opinion, just to one shot it and be done. Okay. Well, let's just do it. Looks like they didn't open it the traditional way. Nope, they didn't, because it normally flops open. That's all right. We'll just do it this way. Well, that's how they come packed. So we're off to it. Brand new, still in the bag. Two controllers, brand new, still in the bag. Yep. As close to new as I can get. And I mean, yeah, no, this thing hasn't been used at all. Unless they did a really damn good job of putting it exactly back the way the factory packed it. I mean, this is awesome. Yeah. The power pack. Oh yeah, no, it's never even been unraveled. You can see in there. Oh, check it out. The little piece of sandpaper that they give you to help clean the rails hadn't even been used. So the description was dead on. There's the instructions. And there we go, the rest of the track. Oh, no, I lied, more of the track. Yep. Oh, yeah, nope. All brand new. The box just looks like hell and the cars are gone. But that's exactly, if you were to buy one of the sets, that's exactly how that comes. And that tape's not been broken, so brand new. And the warranty card. Oh, there's still more stuff in here. What else we got? Oh, all right. All right, so there we go. There's mine. And the flag poles and stickers, obviously still brand new, and more supports for the bank corners, because this track has bank corners right there. There's another reason why I got it, because like I mentioned, I'm going to be building a Tyco track when I do get moved. So a brand new track, basically minus the cars for $50. And that's a, you know, other than the box being damaged, not a bad deal. How many Bel Airs? Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully not 0, but you know, there's going to be at least 20. So cool. All right. So basically, I got a brand new brand new electric Hot Wheels electric racing set, just minus the cars, which I do have, and an open box that has got a little bit of wear on it. But no biggie, no big deal there. So I'd say well worth the $50. Well worth the investment. Yep. There's the bank corners. Yep. That's just awesome, guys. Like I said, just every so often, what I call, you know, little unicorns or leprechauns, whatever you want, however you want to refer to it. They just happen to pop up, and like I've always said, it's the three things, you know, finding it, being able to afford it, and paying for it. So at $50, you know, that's the cost of a car basically now, and I got a whole track set brand new. Not too shabby. Leave those out. So does anybody else out there have one of those tracks? Yeah, there. I agree with you, Dan. Exactly. All right. So, without further ado, if you can't tell, see, I'm not even wearing my fancy Mustang hat tonight, guys. I went old school and just wear the hat that I wear around and do everything else with, just to show you that I love my Mustangs. I've owned one since I've been consecutively since I was 19 years old. So I do like other cars. I have owned a Porsche. I have owned a Chevrolet. I've owned a lot of stuff. My daily driver right now is a Chevy Tahoe. So it's not that I'm just Ford only. Here it is. Paid. I want to see. Okay, so 11/28 is when this was purchased, and I literally just was able to pick it up from the post office on this last Saturday. So that's how long I've been waiting for this thing. All right. So for those of you that haven't seen Dan's video, here's the box. And based on his video, the color, the light blue of this Mustang is deceiving because it's actually so dark blue that it looks black. Yeah, thank you, Dan. Yeah, so I've been, you know, you guys don't know how hard it is to get something you've really wanted, and it's been all this time just getting through the mail to get to you, and then not being able to open it up because you wanted to be able to share your enthusiasm with your friends in the slot car community and show it off and like I said, it was really hard not to open this thing up and act like I'd never opened it, but I couldn't do that. So anyway, 23 feet of track. Basically, I paid 4 times as much for this track than I did for the one we just saw. And here's the back. And pretty cool stuff. And if you missed my Infiniti Raceway that had the Formula N cars, it had the beginner power pack only. And since this is what they call more of an expert track, this one includes the tri-power pack and the awesome new guardrails that we saw in my supercar shootout that they just came out with the new Armco and the fencing. And those look great on your track, by the way, Dan. I can't wait to get some of those to actually stick out and put on my track now. So pretty cool stuff. Your basic accessories, the chassis. So, all right, without further ado, I got to pick a side. All right, here's the one with the part number. So let's get this bad boy opened up and let's finally see my long awaited baby. Now, if they just come out with a really cool looking Fox body that was a an actual rendition of one and not like the Tyco version, that would be heaven for me. But beggars can't be choosers. I'll just take what I can get. And right now, that happens to be a new Shelby. And if you are not a Ford fan, you may not know this, but Ford released a new pushrod motor called the Godzilla. And there's actually a rumor that the new GT500 for 24 is going to have that motor in it. And they're calling it the Megazilla. And in case you haven't been keeping up with PRI, the performance racing industry show that they just had this last weekend, Ford just released the Megazilla motor as a crate engine that you can buy directly from Ford, and it makes over 600 horsepower. Here's the sticker pack, along with the Horizon and Tower Hobbies. And Horizon Hobbies actually sponsors Roush Racing's one of their cars like once a year. If you're into NASCAR, and you'll see that on there. They don't really push the slot car stuff. They're pushing the remote controlled airplanes and cars, but they do commission race masters and AFX to make some tracks, and that's how they're able to get this stuff done. Yep, that's why I really want to buy another set so I can get one. It's not showing me anything on my side. Adam, I'm sorry, buddy. And if it is buffering, like I said, it's not showing on my TV. You're here? Okay, Matt. All right. Thank you guys for confirming. You, Matt, and Clint. Thank you for stopping by. Sorry, guys, didn't see you there. Slot Sliders is by here. HO, go by and check out his channel. He's got some great videos. So, a little history on the Horizon Hobbies, a little thing you may or may not know, because they do actually sponsor race cars, which is cool. And then Tower Hobbies, you may see them on some race cars also. And your standard instruction manual. We don't need to go through that again. Obviously, all the track. I'm skipping straight to the good stuff. And here we go. This is my first look at the Camaros. And honestly, it looks better in person than it does in the pictures. I'll give it that. Because I really thought that ass end was a lot thicker, but it looks very well proportioned in person. Let me see if I can. And they got the front end dead on. I mean, I'm a Ford guy, but I can respect the bow tie, because Chevrolet makes some fast stuff. And those of you that aren't in the automotive world, the reason why these Camaros, these ZL1s, cost so much money in real life is because the motor that's in these cars is basically a racing engine detuned. Aluminum block, titanium rods, forged steel crank, dry sump oiling system. I mean, I'll give you an example. That dry sump oiling system by itself is $3,500, $4,500. So very expensive motors. You're buying cutting edge push rod technology in one of these cars. So I can respect Chevrolet for pushing the V8 engine push rod into the new millennial, but regrettably, even they know it's reached its end with that. They're going to have to modernize it or get rid of it. So as of right now, they've decided not to make it anymore. So I'm going to put the old Camaro down, or as I like to call them, slow Maros at the racetrack, until they kick my ass, and they're fast Maros. And here's my Mustang Shelby. Oh my, that thing is dead on. Wow. Put it up there, trying to. I love the fact that they made these collector series cars. And in case you wondered what the distinction was, collector series distincted by the clear windshields that have the cardboard cutouts that are 3D copied photographs of the actual interiors of cars. So that is another really kick-ass feature. What I think would be really cool is if they could at least put a little race driver in there. But that is such a dark blue that it does look black. And then I love this detail that I noticed on Dan. I noticed on your video in that Mustang, and that's got the carbon fiber exposed on the rear wing. The Shelby right there on the splitter. I mean, the snake where the gas tank. Yeah, this is just the closest I'll probably come to owning one of these $100,000 plus Mustangs. I mean, these things are high dollar, almost 800 horsepower from the factory. They'll run 10-second quarter miles from the factory, and have AC and heat and leather and a kick-ass stereo to boot. My Mustang's faster than this car, but I don't have air conditioning. My stereo is the V8 motor, and my air conditioning is 2 windows as fast as I can drive. So this car is just incredible. Yep, I'm definitely going to have to invest in a second track and try to find somebody that wants to buy some track. And just to promote Dan, you again with Slot Valley Racing. For those of you that didn't catch his video, he is going to have a Christmas Q&A, and he's going to be selling some stuff. And it's my understanding from the videos that he's going to be selling one of these track sets minus the cars. And that's exactly what I'll be doing, because I am going to be opening these bad boys up once I get the second track, because I want to see these cars on my track, and I want to make this one my racer. Without a doubt. So how many guys, I'll quit rambling on those. Obviously, I'm in love with both of these cars just because, like I said, this looks better in person than it did in the pictures, and it's a very more accurate rendition. And I do like the improvements that you made with the white letter tires to help break that black up, Dan. So a good improvement there when you put that pit kit on there. So how many people out there have those? Yes, Curtis. They have got, see the breakdown, because normally they tell you how many of what. But I thought this had, well, here, I'll just dig out the instructions manual. I think these are the, yeah, 18 Rs. Now, to those of us that have been in slot car racing a long time, your standard corners used to just always be the 6 and the 9. And it was a big deal when they went to the 12. And it was a huge deal when they went to the 15. And now you have an 18. So you can put your 6-lane, 8-lane track together with a 18, 15, 12, 9. You can go 6, and you can actually go down to 3. So yeah. So you could actually make you a huge track. Now, why I'm excited about seeing these corners come out, just if anybody's interested, is because these would be a great corner to have with a 4-lane track with an 18 outer and 15 inner, and not have it banked, but still have a high-speed flat corner. And so that's if I have the room, I'd like to try to incorporate these into another track one day, just for that very reason. I'd really like to see AFX Race Masters come out with a 15-inch bank, so you had a 12 and a 15 instead of a 9 and a 12. Because on some cars, that 9 on the lower lane is too much of a pinch, and those lowered cars, the nose hits and lifts the body up and the front tires off the track. So to those people that don't want bank corners, this is a great alternative to having a high-speed, long, slopey corner that you could take really fast. Not quite as fast as you could a bank corner, but yeah, here's your 9s. This is the most common corner in every track set known to man, the 9-inch. See, so you could work your way down from 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3. Pretty cool. So I'm really glad to see these, and I'd really like to be able to, hell, I might even keep that other set just so I can break it open, because all the track sets that I bought that I have the cars they're in the cases. None other than the straightaways and the corners of all that's always used to make my track, and other than that, the other stuff hasn't been ran. So, but that doesn't stop me from wanting to do these. Let's see here, what is this? Yeah, now here's like what would be for an inner 9, because these are your 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch. I'm sorry, these are the 1/8 inch 9-inch, and these are the 1/4 inch 9-inch. So yeah, you can play with your radiuses with each of these corners setups. So pretty cool. Real cool set. I actually, if you were getting into slot car racing for the first time, this would be a great beginner's set to have, just because it comes with the tri-power pack. 23 feet of track, like I said, around $200 is about what you're going to pay. 200, 210, somewhere in there. And a lot of places will ship it for free. Like the place I got this one from, it was shipped for free. So I got it to my door for that, albeit it took a couple of weeks to get here. And like Dan mentioned in his video, I don't know if a lot of you have kept up on eBay or been on eBay lately, but just today was on there because I listed some cars this weekend. This car by itself, people are trying to sell for $100 plus US. And I saw the Camaro at $90. So the word's already out that these are set only cars, and it really makes no sense to pay almost $200 for the cars when you could buy the whole damn track. Even if you didn't want to use the track, you could put it on Facebook Marketplace. You can find a friend that wants to build a track, or coerce them into building one, and that'd be a great way to start with some of those 18-inch curves, like I said, and try to get some of those 15s and maybe some 12s and mix it up, or get a 4-lane and do it like that. But irregardless, so even if you bought one of the cars at $100, that's still half as much as what you pay for the whole set. So I'd strongly suggest, if you like these cars, you like these colors, because I have no doubt in my mind that they're going to come out with different colors of these cars, because there's no way that they're going to spend the money that they spent on releasing one color like this. But they've done it in the past, so they could make me a liar. They did it with those Audis and the Toyota in the latest 24-hour endurance set that they made. I thought for sure they'd release that Audi and that Toyota. What is it? LMP, the Le Mans prototype, but they didn't. And so I got proven wrong on that, and I could get proven wrong here. But I would think that the demand would be so high for both of these cars that it would just be a hotcake seller, even if they changed colors, and just make the value of these sets go up if they did. Yeah, the set is awesome without the cars, Dan. That's why I'm pumping it, because I didn't realize until I saw your video and I looked at those corners, and I was like, man, because I've got in one of my 24-hour endurance sets, it came with the 15-inch radius corners, and that was the first time they had been released. And so I was really excited about those, but unfortunately, with the limit on my size on my table with my layout, with as many bank corners that I had, these will take up more space, and I wanted to maximize the amount of track that I had without going a lot of up and down, so it'd be easier for people to see. But I do, like I said, I would like to have just build a flat track only, make it a 4-lane, and try to take advantage of the 15 and the 18-inch flats. Now that they come out with this 18, because I even thought it'd be cool with the 12 and the 15s, but this is even cooler, because the faster you can take a flat corner, I'm all about the speed and the racing, hence the name of the channel. Well, eventually we're going to see Scott race cars around the track. 3 of each at least. All right, thank you. So if you are watching later and you didn't catch that on the chat below, Dan just confirmed with AFX that they are going to have at least 3 colors of each of these cars. So I'm guessing they're not going to release either one of these to make these sets sell better. So it may be your only chance to get this dark midnight blue that's almost a black. And I'm not sure exactly what they call this orange Camaro Accelerator Orange, maybe you could like to call them, the other Accelerator Yellow, on the Corvette, and the Torch Red vet that they have in the supercars. So, but now that's great to know, because if you bought the set, then you could, with the other three of each, you could actually have an IROC series of the different colors of the Camaros and the Mustangs. Yeah, slot sliders. I thought they would release more Toyota LMPs after this one. Set on the cars. Yes, slot sliders. I'm right there with you. That's why I bought. I was looking back over my history, because I bought those tracks from the same place. I bought 6 of those tracks and sold nothing but the cars and the tracks to other people. Like I mentioned, trying to think that they would eventually release the cars by themselves, and they never did. So now I have the paintable Audi, and I have the black and red and the silver and red Audi, but I don't have the one that came in the set, and I don't have that Toyota blue, white and blue one either. And that kind of upsets me, because I had so many of those tracks and I had so many opportunities not to sell those cars. But somebody knew something that I didn't, because the tracks sold out before I could buy another set. And then the sets that were left were a small fortune. And at that time, I'm all about the volume and quality versus the actual just rarity. So anyway, I'll give us one last little look at these up close, and then we'll go in reverse. Like I said, in case anybody missed, like I said, great detail on these cars. Great detail. Just looking at the tampo, no overspray like Dan mentioned. I mean, they nailed it. There's even paint around the trim on the glass. I mean, I can't imagine how hard it is to try to get the paint in those little slots opening right there on the front end, and then having the Camaro emblem up there. That's incredible. I mean, great detail. Even the license plate say something, but my eyes are too old to read it, so I'll have to magnify that. Shine a light on it. Okay, well, I'll dig out my phone. Oh, wow. Okay, so thank you, Dan, for pointing that out, and I'm going to point out to everybody else. Not only is it a here, I'll get that out of the way. Not only is it a dark, what they call, like a midnight blue, but it's also got metallic in it. So it's got metallic in the paint. It sparkles when you put light on it. Kick ass. That just kicks ass. Reminds me of some of those Tyco cars that I showed with Mattel. Took over. That is just bad to the bone. Cool. Thanks for pointing that out, Dan. Like I said, because these aren't going to leave the package until the other one comes in. Because, oh man, I'm glad I did that, because that is just badass. Badass. The detail that they're putting into these cars, guys, it used to be you could only get a Hot Wheel that came close to the detail that they're putting into these cars now. And it's like I described to everybody that doesn't know anything about slot car racing. I'm like, do you know what a Hot Wheel is? And they're like, oh yeah, everybody knows what a Hot Wheel is. And I was like, okay, so these are little electric Hot Wheels that run around a slotted track that you control with a controller. They're like, oh, well, that sounds like fun. See? Yeah, very awesome. I agree with both of you guys. They have the color shift paint on the real one. Yeah, like on the Dark Horse. I know exactly what you're talking about. That paint is bad to the bone. Looks black and then it turns a bronze, and I like those flip-flop paints. So Camaro looks pretty cool too, but now that this one's got, I mean, I'm a Mustang guy, but damn, they just body slammed this thing. They just curb kicked it in my book, because adding that extra little touch with the paint, the actual carbon fiber there, the Shelby on the splitter. This thing just, the snake on the back. This thing's just badass. I'm going to say it. I think it even says snake on the license plate, Dan. Orange is just flat. Yeah, it kind of looked like it whenever I did it. I mean, if you like orange, it's okay. It'll be easy to see on the track. I can see where this one would be a bear. All you're going to see is that white stripe. But that's okay. That is wicked. I know Dan loves it. After me seeing it firsthand, I didn't even have to see it firsthand, and I knew that just based on the videos and the pictures that I'd already posted that I was going to love it. But now seeing it firsthand, guys, I can't recommend getting this set enough, just for the cars alone. Um, I know that they're going to come out with different colors, but if you're a collector or you just want to be the rare guy in your club or the guys that you race with and be like, hey, look, I got the set only, Camaro or Mustang, either one. That would be pretty cool. These are pretty cool ass cars to have. Better to have the whole set, like I said, than spending $100 plus per car. Yeah, the 124 guys. Yeah, Mike, exactly. They are. Curtis. They definitely are going to be doing that. Dan confirmed that they're going to be doing 3 different colors now. That tells me when he says only 3 different colors that these are set only. So that means the only way to get this color blue with the sparkles and the highlights and this shade of orange with that stripe is going to be in this set. And they haven't heard my cries about the little accessory kit. Like I said, guys, come on. 4 shoes, 4 springs. Come on. It's not that hard. Great set. I can't recommend this one enough. I'm just, oh my God, I can't wait to get moved again so I can get these out. And I can't wait to get my other set so I can actually see them racing. So, yeah, I'm going to put all this stuff back in here and we'll kind of go in reverse. So, who else besides Dan and I now have this race set? Stockpile, I can almost guarantee you that they're going to do something unique with those cars because of the way they've got to be selling whenever they come out, because there's so many more people that can relate to the Mustang and the Camaro than can relate to a Corvette, in my opinion, because most people can afford, maybe not these 2 versions of these cars, but they can afford a Mustang or they can afford a Camaro, where even the base vet is a good loaded Mustang or a good loaded Camaro, if not one of the limited editions of each. So the price point, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just thinking that this has a bigger draw than the others. I mean, to give you an example, those Ford GT40s, certain colors of those sold out within a week at a lot of shops. You notice you can still buy those red vets everywhere. They didn't make any more of them than they made the others. It's just that the demand for that vet is not that high. So I would think that these Camaros and Mustangs would be a super duper home run for them. And honestly, with all the ones that they made previously, I would see some different colors, and I'm hoping some anniversary stuff like you mentioned come down the pike. So great, great, great. I love it. Love that set. I'm not going to dig out all the track again, and I'm going to leave that one up there, but I will show. This was the other track set I got. $50 shipped to my door, as I opened it up and we found out everything was brand new, never used. So it's just a box that's been abused and it's missing the car. So that was a great get for $50. Oh, well, see, Sauce Riders. Yeah, see, I'm not dishing on the vet at all. Like I said, it's just a different price range. So it's got to be relatable. So I've got friends that are diehard Camaro fans, and they can relate to this car more than they can relate to the vet, and they're Chevy guys. So, but honestly, I think there's more of these group than there are the vet, not just because there's 2 different cars, but just because of the price point. So got those sets. Great get. This was well worth the wait. I'm jonesing to race these cars now, and a brand new set of the cars that I already have. So now I've got the complete thing. Another great get for, especially for the price. Like I said, this is 4 times less than what I paid for this one. But that's all right. Um, the next thing I got was the Thunderjet Mustang here. Like I said, I'm a Mustang guy, and this is a 70 Ford Mustang Mach 1. Brand new, Johnny Lightning. And this is going to be a shelf queen. So, like I said, I thought that was a good get. Like I said, I'm an '80s Mustang kid because that's just my era, Fox body stuff. But I do appreciate the older stuff where it came from. And now the car that is going to be a runner, and like I said, Steve, with Stockpile Hobbies, I do believe I am going to look at trying to paint one of the 3 that I have these as runners, and that way I'll have a different shade of colored car in case I got 2 people that are here that want to race that don't have their own cars, and that way they're not trying to figure out which one of them they are, which lane they're in. Because even some similar cars you can get confused if they're really fast. But so that was good to get for $25. Like I said, less than $30 or less for this one, and I know it was $25 for this one. And bought with a purpose. And then last but not least, I had the Auto World Tribute Pro Stock cars, the Bill Grumpy Jenkins Tribute Camaro, and the Dino Don Nicholson Tribute Camaro. Here, let me get those. These are just some good looking cars. Hey, the SVO, see, a lot of people don't realize what that is. To the people that are wondering what an SVO Mustang is that stood for back in the day, like what it's known now as Ford Performance. But back in the day, it used to be called Special Vehicles Operations. And they came out with a limited edition Mustang that had a 4-cylinder turbo on it that was designed by some guy in Germany. And anyway, so it came out with a turbo, had Recaros in it, had Coney shocks on it. It had 15-inch rims on it, which were back in the mid 80s. That was a big deal. So a very rare car. And it came with a double stacked wing in the back, which made it really unique. Because for high speed, that helped with downforce. Really cool car to have. I almost bought one of those. So back to the Auto Worlds. Sorry, you can get me talking Mustangs all day. I just something that I noticed that was uniquely different about both these tribute cars. And so far, the only place I've been able to find these available is directly through Auto World or on the Auto World eBay store. But the Bill Grumpy Jenkins car comes with MT on the tires, which stands for Mickey Thompson, and the Dino Don Nicholson has Goodyears on it, which so they made them different. To those of you that don't know, Bill Grumpy Jenkins, a little history here for you. You know me, if I know it, I'm going to share it. Bill Grumpy Jenkins won the first ever pro stock race that was ever held in NHRA. So that's why they probably did a tribute to him. And Dino Don Nicholson, he used to have some epic battles all through the 70s and up until the 80s until he passed away. So a couple of legends in the NHRA world and a couple of cool tribute cars to their actual cars that they used to race back in the day with the paint schemes and stuff. Really good looking cars. And those were both purchased during the Auto World Cyber Monday. And they included a magnet for the old fridge, a sticker for somewhere. Magnet for the fridge and a sticker. And then some dinner time reading and like Christmas catalog wish list, like Dan and I were talking about, going through the catalog. And like I said, they included all that stuff for free, and you normally have to buy the catalog, and online it's $10. So I know I saw it and I wanted to buy one. I was like, no, I've already spent $90 on a couple of cars or 3 cars. I don't want to spend $100. So anyway, it was cool that they included that for free. And besides Dan, with Slot Valley Racing, does anybody else out there have these, or have they not seen them before until tonight? And were you not aware of them? I mean, because I know the 4-gear cars are really popular for drag racing, even if you don't use the chassis, the bodies are. No replacement for displacement. Yep. Dan Signs is he got started back in the 80s with a Mustang SVO doing the NMRA, the National Mustang Racing Association. Anyway, he pushed his little four-cylinder SVO car into the 8-second zone. So he could make those little things fly. TV dinner in Auto World, yes. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to have some leftovers, but might as well be a TV dinner since I'm nuking it. But yeah, no, that's going to be a great one. Now, a lot of people had asked if I knew anything about the Victory 400 Raceway, their wireless controllers. I've had a couple of people ask me about that. Every video I don't personally know, and I've not personally had my hands on one, but everything that I've seen, there is a lag. So if you are buying you're thinking about buying a set and you're thinking about buying this one because you don't want to have to worry about wires and you're wanting to race it with buddies and maybe get serious about it, you're not going to want to buy this set because you will want the control the faster the cars get. Now for these cars on this set by itself with those modifications, I'd say go for it. But if you are going to be upgrading your cars and going faster like I do with my Mega G Pluses, because like I said, you can buy gears and ring gear and pinion and magnets and tires and front end kits, and next thing you know, you've got $100 in this car. And if these controllers have any lag in them, which they do, then your car is going to go flying a lot. So that's just what I've seen. You can research it yourself and let me know anything different. I don't know that it's going to stop me from ever buying one just to try it out, but that's what I've heard. That's what I've seen. But if anybody else knows anything different, chime in, let me know. Like I said, I don't have any firsthand experience. It's just what I've seen online on YouTube. Latency is real bad. Yes. Like you call it, Dan, rocket ships. That's what these things turn into. They fly. And some of the first things to break on these cars are some of the things that broke on this car. The roll bar up here, the wing coming off, and then the next thing to go is this because it's only held in with those two little stanchions right there at the front. And once those break, guys, I can tell you straight up, I don't care how many times you glue it, it just pops off really easy again. All right. Hey, we're up to 13 people and 12 thumbs up. Thank you to everybody that's shown up tonight. Does anybody, while we're here talking, because it's been a month since I've been live, is there anybody that has any questions on anything? Anything anybody wants to see again, or have any questions on anything that we've shown out here tonight? Because I thought I covered it, but if I haven't, I'd be more than happy to go back over. I enjoy the interaction with everybody. I miss being able to do that with us going hybrid back and forth to work. I can't join in on a lot of the Pro Tinker live feeds, or if I do, I'm not able to comment. So I don't want them knowing that I'm not working. But anyway, some really cool stuff. If you're into the 4 gears and you're into the drag racing, even if you're not a collector, these pro stock cars look kick-ass. This is some of the new modern styles and NHRA without the hood scoops. So that's what new modern NHRA pro stock cars look like. And I love the chrome rims. And like I said, they did the detail with the tires. So can't wait to get those out and get them up in the case. Even if you don't want to keep them as a collector, just racing them would look like they'd be pretty cool. They look fast sitting still. So no questions from anybody? Nothing? Okay. Hey, Steph. Yeah. Oh, no. Thank you guys for stopping in. That's why I do this stuff is the interaction. You need to hang a few cars on the walls for lifetimes. Oh, you have no idea, Adam. I brought all my cases back. Oh, so before I sign off for the night, the 12 that are here and anybody that's watching later, if you saw me pack my cars, I brought a bunch of those cases back, and some of these set cars that I already had that I mentioned that I'd be sellers again, like the AFX Infinity cars, some of the Tyco cars like that. I'm going to be digging those bad boys out, some of those rare Ferraris, some of the rare McLarens, some of the police cars from some of the other sets, from some of the Mattel Tyco Electric Hot Wheel Racing set cars. So be sure and check out my eBay channel, and I'll do a video before I put those up for sale just to show you guys. Hey, thank you, Steve. Open everything. Yeah, trust me. Well, everything is going to be opened and ran except for those two cars and this car here. But yeah, this track's going to get used if I need it, because I do have a bunch of tracks that have been used already for my Tyco track. But if I need it, it's there, and it will get used because I'm going to build a Tyco track. And I've actually even thought about, since I didn't put the kitchen here, is one day this weekend, if I can get a buddy to come over, we'll slap down a track and do some live racing. So once again, guys, I'm going to get out of here, let everybody go on with their Monday evening. It's almost 9 o'clock, so almost an hour and a half, a little longer than I wanted, but I love talking with you guys. That's why I do this, is because I love this hobby. I love talking to the people that are in the hobby that love it just as much as I do and that support it. So thank you all. Once again, I'm going to run down the list. Be sure and check out Dan with Slot Valley Racing, Steve at Stockpile Hobbies. Go Slot HO Sliders, Slot Sliders, HO Slot Cars. Check his channel out. Check out Chris, obviously Pro Tinkers live feeds, Buckeye HO Drag Racing, Mark's Slot Garage. There's just a lot of channels out there. Check them all out. Give them a thumbs up. Support the hobby. And I'm going to do my best to try to get a buddy over here this weekend. And we're going to have some live racing. I'm going to dig out some cars and we'll have a little fun race. I don't know if it's going to be as entertaining as Pro Tinker, but at least we'll actually have some racing on Scott's House of HO Racing for a change, instead of him just showing off cars or giving some history or packing some cars. So, hey, thank you, Clint. I appreciate it. So anybody out there needs to reach me, like Adam and Dan and several other people have done, don't hesitate. Reach out at scottdanielmo@gmail.com. It will be in the description below. Once I get done here, I'll update everything with the eBay link directly to my page with all the cars. And once again, if you see a car on eBay that you like, contact me directly and I can sell it to you cheaper than I have to sell it on eBay, because I do have to cover their fees and still make anywhere from $3 to $5. So once again, thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for the support. Anybody that's checking this out later, please leave comments below on any of the cars you've seen or questions, and I will get back. I answer all my comments. I do appreciate it, because like Dan mentioned, time is valuable. We only have so much of it, so I appreciate you spending some of your time with me like you do with Dan. And I'm sure the other people would appreciate you spending some time with their channel too. So thank you again, guys. Have a good rest of your week, and I'll try to join in everybody if there's a race night this Thursday night. If not, then I'm going to try to get some racing on Saturday or Sunday, and I'll just do a live feed of a little setup track that I have here in the kitchen, and we'll get to see some racing. So you guys take care, be safe, don't work too hard, and we'll see everybody again here soon. Light some sparks and melt some plastic, guys. Keep warm. Take care. Bye-bye.